people in our company, but or in our unit, as all of you do, I'm sure. But I wanted to share one thing. Raoul said, share something about, when Mary Kay was alive and when we had her to do stuff. So I just want to tell you one thing that I'm thinking of, and then I want to tell you a quick story. And I thought of this yesterday, when we were all like getting our people together, running to the finish line all month, for 3 months even, or the year. Um,
I
Mary
was somewhere.
Kay she was never about production. She was always about people. And honestly, the saying of that she always said, P&L in my book doesn't stand for profit and loss. It stands for people and love. And that is honestly how she was. She cared about the person. I will tell you, when my grandmother passed away and I was very close to her, Mary Kay sent a card with a handwritten note and a poem and said, I think this will help you because it's helped me in times like this. When we got married, she sent a card and a gift. When my daughter Maggie and Carrie were born, Maggie's team leader in my unit now and has been, but when they were born, she sent a gift and a card. And I have to tell you, when the seminar that I decided, this was back in 1986, um, I decided at seminar that or that was 85, I decided I was going to be in the top three in sales for seminar 86, and I had never done the sales course. But my senior director, Pat Miller, had been queen, and she decided she was going for queen that year. So we fast forward, got to seminar, and I worked on it all year. It was so much fun, and we had double credit, took full advantage. She said, you need to do something big, and sales court is the place to do it. So fast forward to the end of the year and seminar celebration, and all year I was telling people, I'm going to be in the top three. I'm going to be in the top three in sales. And the only reason I wanted to be in the top three was so that Mary Kay would know who I was. And I have a feeling she kind of knew, because back then there were not a lot of 20 something year old girls that were single and self-supporting. There weren't a lot of us at all. I remember at one point there were two of us in New Jersey, Mary and Clark Durrell and myself. Well, she was Clark then, but either way, in the whole state. So we get to seminar and went to Mary Kay's house, like a lot of you have done, for punch and cookies before seminar starts. And she had a whole long receiving line. And I remember it was my turn to talk to Mary Kay, and she stood there and talked to every single one of us. And her daughter Marilyn was there. Marilyn talked to us. That was a treat. So I said to Mary Kay, I'm going to be in the top three at seminar awards night this year. And she looked at me in the eye and she said, why not number one? And I said, well, my senior is going to be number one. So anyway, that's what, but so, okay. So the point that I'm making with that is she said that out of encouragement and out of love and out of wanting me to succeed and have that feeling of accomplishment, not because it would bring in extra production in the company. It was for the achievement. So fast forward to awards night. And my senior we're all backstage, and I found out I was number four. I was number four, and that's another story. I'll tell you another time about not holding back. So anyway, yeah, the person who was number three was exactly the amount that I held back the year before to be able to go to seminar. And anyway, so she beat me. But when Pat Miller was the queen and Richard was taking her for her walk with her roses and everything, I have this picture that's been hanging on my wall. And I have a lot of windows in my office, so it's a little faded. But Vic McLaughlin, oh my gosh, he was like the dad for all of us. And he caught this photograph that I took down off of my wall, and I hope you can see it without reflection. But when Pat was doing her walk, Mary Kay turned to me and gave me the okay sign. And that is all I needed. I'm going to get teary just talking about it because she knew who I was. And she said, "Good job. I'm proud of you." And of course, the only thing I could think to say, and, this, it's just silly how things happen, but I was like, I didn't think she was going to say anything. And I just said, "This is a big ring, Mary." And it was like diamonds and rubies, huge. And I was like, oh, words of, anyway. So then, and she was just so, so gracious. And many years later, after Pat Miller retired and then passed away, her daughter sent me her Queen's ring. And because that was the year I was number 4. So this is the old original Queen's ring. So that meant so, so much. And then after we had our family, got married, had our family, we were married on September 13th because it's Mary Kay's anniversary, obviously, and went to seminar. When our daughter Maggie was born, my husband came, and Maggie was only 2 months old, and Mary Kay was nice enough to have a photograph taken with Maggie, who was having a bottle at the time, was not happy that I took that away. And she was so gracious. But you can see, I mean, I'm only like 5'4", my husband's 5'7". Mary Kay was on a step behind us coming down from the dais, probably 2 or 3 steps up. She was like the smartest businesswoman grandma you could ever want. It just, that was, yeah, just special, special place in all of our hearts for Mary Kay. So I'll wipe my tears. I'm finished, I think. So anyway, happy new seminar year, everyone. I hope that touched someone's heart and you got just a little glimpse of Mary Kay. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.